Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Joyful Money Podcast. I know on this podcast, I always say I'm very excited, but today I'm going to say I am excited, excited, excited. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can see the grin on my face. And the reason I'm excited is because I have a very, very special guest. She's just an amazing woman. She's doing big things in the world and she's blessing us with her time today and her wisdom. You guys, you're in for a treat today. So I have with me the amazing Dana-Sofie. Dana-Sofie is a cycle success catalyst. Now, if you don't know what that is, just hang on. She's going to tell you all about it. Welcome to the show, Dana.
Oh, thank you so much, Joy, for your introduction.
I love
Thank
it.
you.
So, yeah, I know I just gave a very brief introduction there, but why don't you tell the audience who you are and what you do?
Yeah. Well, I will say it in very simple terms. Uh, I suppose most of your audience are women, right?
Correct, yes.
And we all women, not all of us menstruate, but we are cyclical. It means that we have cyclical phases according which we change during our months. Yeah. And it is not only that it's not, as I say, we do not have to menstruate to have the wonderful cycle and the wonderful phases and the wonderful superpowers. Yeah. And that is why I really love to talk about it because, long time ago, I hated my menstruation. It was so painful for me. I had cramps before. I didn't know what to do. No one was able to help me. I was on the pill, and yet it was so painful. So I wanted to get rid of it. And then I wanted to have a child, and I didn't have my period. So again, I wanted just the opposite. I wanted to have
Yeah.
menstruation. So fortunately, everything went well. I got pregnant. I was breastfeeding my son for a long time, and I didn't have menstruation. So that was the best time in my life, or at that time. Now I have other best times in my life, yeah. And then what happened one day was that when I started to menstruate again, which was after 5 years, it was a really long time. I don't know why it happened that way, but I think it was divine timing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my friend, she brought me a documentary by a Slovak director, Dana-Sofie, and it was called Moon Inside You. And it was all about menstruation and how there is, in fact, the true feminine power in that time of our month.
Mm.
And I watched it, and since then, everything changed for me in my life. Yeah. I started to love my menstruation. I started to love my cycle. But at the time, I was still like, okay, my cycle is my menstruation. Yeah.
Mm.
And maybe my cycle is my premenstrual time because I was, usually a little bit more exhausted too, and very argumentative with my husband and impatient with my child, yeah, with my son. So I wanted to find out more. Yeah.
Mm.
And then I discovered more books and more information, and I started to test it on my own body, and not only in my personal life, in my relationships, and also in the relationship with myself and with my body, but
Mm.
also in my business, because I already had business at the time. And I found out wonderful things. For example, in my business, I was quite frequently telling myself, well, you are so lazy. You should be working on this project. I was working as a proofreader and translator. And on some days, I wasn't able to sit by the computer and concentrate and focus on my work.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you are just procrastinating all the time and you're lazy and whatever. I was calling myself names. And then I realized it's not that I'm lazy, it's that I'm in the wrong phase of my cycle.
Mm.
And when it moves to yet another phase, it will just go smoothly again. Yeah.
Mm.
So it was such a wonderful thing to learn to know how I changed during the month, because I learned everything about my superpowers and how to even run my business and earn more money as a woman because I follow my body and what I can do best at that particular phase. Yeah. And I stopped, calling myself names, and I started teaching other women this. And this is something they really love so much. Yeah, they come and they say, Dana, I learned this from you, and this is so wonderful because now I can be myself any
Yeah.
day of the month. And it feels so great. It's so relieving for me. And I believe you have the same experience.
Absolutely. I find this topic so fascinating and the work you do because I used to, before I met you, like I used to beat myself up because there are times in the month when I'm on my period and I feel so irritable and like you said, like I can't get the work done during specific days, like that, especially the first 2 days of my period. Like sometimes I have to be in bed all day because of the pain and all of the ways my body reacts to my period, right? And yes, I'm irritable to everyone around me and I have
Yes.
a very short temper. But now, because of the work you do, now I understand that I need to give myself grace on those days. And there are days when I can come to the office in my on my computer and I can work for like 6 hours straight and not get up
Yes.
from the computer because
Yes.
I'm just churning out work and it's almost like I'm a supercomputer those days.
Yes.
So now, based on your explanation, women will be able to maximize those days they are very high on productivity and give ourselves grace on those days we are not feeling well because of our period and our cycle. And just knowing all of this information will actually help us grow our businesses and our wealth faster and quicker.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah. And I would like to say one thing that is so, so important for any woman, but for us entrepreneurs, even more. Yeah. Because, we like we usually have the kids, so we
Yeah,
work, we have the household, we have the partner, we have the kids, and yet we have the business. Yes.
yeah,
So we have so many things to tackle. Yeah. And if we do it in alignment with our cycle, it's so much easier. But one thing is really, truly important. And that's what you already said a little bit, but I will explain. So what you
yeah,
see, this is our cyclic magnet, and I usually use it for explaining how we work during, how we function during the month. Yeah.
yeah,
So we have 4 phases, and it's just like you can talk about the phases of the month, also uh, like about the seasons of the year, but also like about the times of the day. Yeah. So this one is the dynamic phase, which comes after menstruation. That's the time when we have a lot of energy, when we start to have a lot of energy, and it's like spring. So you can imagine, in spring, we have a lot of flowers and leaves growing, and nature also has a lot of energy and goes out. We also want to go out into the outer world. Yeah. And this is the morning. And usually we have also a lot of energy in the morning because we had a great night sleep. Yeah. And then we have energy for the whole day. Then it changes into the ovulation phase. Yeah.
mm,
And that is the noon and afternoon. We still have a lot of energy. We still want to do things, but we are more like we want to be with people. Yeah, we want to talk to them. We want to have lunch with them or a coffee. Yeah. And we are not so active. We are more passive in this time of the day. Yeah, of the year because it's summer, and usually in summer it's hot, so we are just
yeah,
lying by the pool or by a pond or a river or whatever, and we are not so much active as we are in spring. Yeah. And then the next phase is the premenstrual phase, which
yeah,
everyone knows because that's the time when our hormones go down, we have less serotonin, and that's why we also are not so in a great mood. Yeah.
yeah.
So, and that's also why we crave chocolate. So eat
Chocolate.
chocolate. It's good because it really gives you what you need. It gives you magnesium and it gives you serotonin so that you really will feel better. Yeah. Give yourself good chocolate, dark chocolate in the space. And this time, I really love this time because,
Mm,
and you know it already, I told you, this is the most creative time of our
mm,
month. I was even able to write this book. This book is for women and I mean for mothers and their daughters at the time of their first menstruation. And I was able to write it during my premenstrual time, my premenstrual phase, in 10 days because I just got into flow and I was able to create, just like you said, 6 hours
mm,
straight. Well, for me, it was like 10 hours straight because I was just unloading the information.
yeah,
Yeah. And that is also the time when I do all my writing, all my preparation for social media. Yeah, because I am so creative and I love it. And when you know it, you can do it too, and you will be really fast. And at the same time, you won't be that cranky because you'll be
yeah,
doing the right stuff at the right time. And what I also don't do in this space is that usually I do not have calls with my clients because I love to create and I do not want to be talking. Yeah. It's
yeah.
just like, oh, I wish I could be creating. So if I can, I move my calls to the previous or the next one. Yeah. And the next one, this is the menstrual phase. And this was fall, and this one is winter. But this is also, this was the evening, the premenstrual phase is evening, but this time is the night. Yeah. And what do you do at night?
Sleep.
You sleep. But what is it like when you do not sleep at night for whatever reason? Yeah. You either party or you have kids and you cannot sleep. How do you feel the next day, Joy?
Horrible. Cranky. Yeah.
Yeah. You do not have energy. You are craving all possible food, but you cannot, make up for the energy that is missing in your body. Yeah.
Mm,
And the same applies to this time, to this phase of the month, because
mm,
this is the night of the month. And if we do not rest during this time, then we do not have energy, not for just the next day, but
mm,
for the next month. Yeah. And that is why I meet so many women and they say, well, I feel like I do not have phases at all. That's one thing they say. Or they say, I am premenstrual the whole month. Yeah. And it is because they do not give themselves enough rest. Yeah. And you said
mm.
it yourself that you started to give yourself more rest and you are feeling better. Yeah. And I've
Yeah.
seen so many women and especially entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs with kids who really went just down to burnout because they weren't giving themselves enough rest and regeneration time during menstruation. Yeah.
I
So
love it so much. Yeah, I love this so much. So, like on this podcast, we teach women, like I encourage women that we can build wealth and still be joyful, right? That's why the podcast is called Joyful Money. So I like this topic so much because as women, we are special. Like there are things we go through that men don't go through. But sadly, in the workplace and even in our businesses, people don't talk about this, right? So I'm very happy that we are getting to learn from you today, Dana. So if someone is listening and asking, well, okay, how do I communicate this to people around me so that when that time comes, they are not, they don't feel bad because I'm cranky, I'm short-tempered. How do I communicate to people around me to say, well, during this time, this is my menstrual time, I will be cranky and expect this from me.
yeah, what we devised is just this magnet. We have several types of them, and we also have them in English. So
Okay.
this is a good way. I will give you a link where people can order this. But the magnets say what you are as a woman in that particular phase. Yeah, and we have some for men or for children too,
Hmm.
so that then and women usually put it either on their desk, be it in their workplace or at home, it's on the fridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just move it like this. And, the partner comes and sees, oh, she's ovulational. So we will have sex. There's no doubt it will be,
Yeah.
I will have to do nothing and we will have sex. And then he comes the next day and he says, oh, she's premenstrual. I probably, be very careful around her. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is one thing that how you can communicate it in a funny
Mhm.
way. That's why,
Yeah.
we devised it that it's on the fridge and the little girls, they say, oh, mom, I want my own cyclic magnet as well. Yeah. Yes, yes. But you can start doing it anytime just by communicating how you feel. Yeah.
Mm.
And you may say, well, look, I have just learned that I have 4 phases. I can feel it in my body that I'm different 4 times a month. They last about a week. It's not usually a week, it may be like 4 days, and the premenstrual time is longer. But let's say it's about a week. Yeah. And I have special superpowers in
Mhm.
each of those phases. But at the same time, I need help with something. Yeah.
Mm.
And women, they tell their partner, I'm really tired. Imagine, my body is losing a lot of blood. Yeah.
Yes.
If you are using it like the menstrual cup and the men see how much blood during the period we lose, they just would go to hospital to have it replaced.
Yes.
Yeah. For
Yes.
infusion. Yeah. So once they understand this, they can understand why we are so tired and why we need to be alone. Yeah. And they also start to see, and we have to communicate this too. It's like, okay, it's not that I do not want to be with you. I just need my own time now for maybe a day or a two, for maybe an hour or two. Yeah.
Yeah.
And uh, if you give me my time, if you take the kids away and let me rest, I will feel much better. And
Yeah.
I will have much more energy and patience for you then. And they really see it's working. Yeah, that mom, is feeling better. She's smiling more. Yeah. And she has prepared a good dinner for the whole family. Yeah. Or what can happen too is that we often are trying to do everything on our own as moms and as entrepreneurs. Yeah. But saying, look, I'm more tired at this time of the
Mm.
month opens space and opportunity for the others to become also part of the family, of everyone working and adding their uh, energy and to what is happening. Yeah. And they
Yeah.
feel they are beneficial for the whole team, be it family or be it at work. Yeah. So this is wonderful when you give your kids the opportunity to prepare the lunch
Mm.
or the dinner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they learn to be responsible. Yeah. And you can start even well, it's them being 6, you of course have to help them at that
Yeah.
age. Yeah. But they can learn at that age pretty well. Yeah. So, and you can also, when you are at work, I wrote a book about it too.
Wow.
But it's in Czech so far. It's called Manual to Women, and it's for men, but for women as well, so that men can understand us women in relationships better. Yeah. And they can navigate our world better. But there are a lot of stuff about how men can communicate with us at work.
Mm.
Because, for example, when we are in the dynamic phase, we love challenges. So if our
Yes.
boss comes and says, I have this new project, and this has to be done and that has to be done, and we're like, okay, isn't that wonderful, I'll go and do it right now, and we are on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if the boss comes when we are here in our winter and he says, well, I have this new project, we say, uh-huh,
Mm.
no, next week. Yeah.
Yes.
So, but it's great because we know it's only a phase and it will pass. It won't be
Yes.
here forever. And once we know we are feeling tired now, and it will be only a day, and it will be over. And if we give ourselves the rest, that we need, it will be over even sooner. Yeah.
Mm.
So it really changes it, everything. Yeah. So, and I also noticed that I have my cyclic lecturers. I've been training cyclic lecturers, and they have their, they teach their courses, or some of them work in huge companies.
Mm.
And first time they came out as women, as cyclic women. It was like, oh, she's strange. Oh,
Yes.
she's talking about this.
Because people
She's
don't talk about this,
Yeah,
right?
she's telling us she's just having her menstruation. Oh, this doesn't sound good. I don't want to hear anything about that.
Mm.
But then, especially women, at the beginning, the women in her team, they started to come to her and they were saying, oh, we would like, to work a little bit, uh, like go home an hour earlier because we are menstruating. And she said, yeah, of course, go. And they started to be much more efficient and productive because they knew they were understood and they could be open about what they feel in their bodies. Because yeah, once we cannot do it because our hormones are low, we simply cannot do it. Yeah, and it's
Mm.
difficult for men to understand, but if they do, and for example in this book I have a graph for them so that they can really understand it, that the hormones, I don't know if you can see it.
Yes, I can see it.
Yeah. Can you see the hormones?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
they go down at a certain point. Yeah.
Mm.
And this is the time when we are really low on our energy. But they start going up again very soon,
Mm.
after a couple of hours. Yeah. And if we really, as I say today, again and again, give ourselves the rest, it will be better. Yeah. So, and well, here in the Czech Republic and in the Slovak Republic, where I have started with my work, I was thinking at the beginning that men will not be interested in this
Interesting.
topic,
Mm.
but they are. They want to
Mm.
understand us so much. And this is a system, actually. This is a system. Because
Mm.
before it was for them like unpredictable. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's one day she's behaving like this. She's very nice. She wants to have sex, and the next day she's like a dragon and she wants to
Yeah.
eat me. Yeah, ah, yeah. And now they see that it is a system, it repeats, it is a cycle, but only the point is that the cycle is, let's say, 28 days usually. Yeah, it may be
Mm.
24, it may be 35. And it's so long for our brain to understand it as something that is repeating in a regular fashion. Yeah.
Mm.
But when they see it on this cyclic magnet, they, oh yeah, it's here again. I know what to do. Yeah.
Yes.
And they really love it. And I've noticed that men who are in IT and in finances, they especially love it because, as I say,
Mm.
there is a system and now they can understand us. Yeah.
Yes. I love this so much. So I'm sure someone is listening, the audience is listening, and they're thinking, okay, what programs do you have to help people? Like, if someone wants to take this further to get your help, what programs do you have to offer?
Yeah. Well, at the moment, I have, as I said, I have some books that are in Czech. Yeah, I have the magnets. These are in English too. And then, of course, in English and in Czech, I offer one-to-one program that is designed especially for female entrepreneurs because I've been
Mm.
an entrepreneur for my whole life and I understand what we are going through, especially
Yeah.
if we have kids, if we have family, if we have a dog. Everyone needs our attention, the clients needs our attention. And now what if we are just down there in the no hormones time? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am helping women to discover their superpowers and be
Mm.
able to plan their month and their activities, be it their personal activities or their working activities, according to their cycle. And even to find out how, if they do not have the superpower that they need for a task, how they can compensate for it. Yeah. And we
Mm.
work together for 4 months because you really need to observe. During the first month you cannot tell, it's just
Yeah.
mess. Yeah. Second month you see, oh, that was day 13 and I was feeling like this the month
Mm.
before. So it seems there is a pattern. Yeah, there is some pattern that repeats. And during the third month, you already know, well, this is definitely a pattern. This repeats. I can count on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is how we work. And well, it has also some other like side effects, very nice side effects, that even if we work on business, yeah, how you can
Mm.
apply the cyclic superpowers in business, uh, it helps you in your relationship with your partner too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, for example, I had a client and she came to me and she said, well, I would like to understand more about my cycles. And I have my business, but I'm in the business with my partner. So we are
Mm.
working together and we are living together. And you can imagine when the premenstrual phase comes, it's just terrible.
Yeah.
After 4 months of us working together, he proposed. And
Oh
they
my
were
God.
just, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So this is what can happen when you start working with your cycle. Yeah,
Yeah,
because he
I
started
love
to
it so
understand
much.
her. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
This is so good. This is so good. So, how can people get more information about the program? How can they reach out to you? How can they connect with you?
Yeah. You can go to my website, which is Dana-Sofie.com. Yeah, you will put it down, I
Yes,
suppose.
I'll get all
So
the
that you'll
links. Yeah.
find it. And I also have a special freebie there, so you can download it there. And it will help you to plan your month according to your cycles in a very simple way. I use it. It's like no app. It's just you use your calendar and you put, let's say, 4 words into it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know. So this is the freebie. And I also, because I'm a writer, I love to write and I love my premenstrual time of the month. So I am adding a lot of articles there. I have hundreds of articles in Czech, so I'm
Wow.
translating some of them. I'm writing new
Mhm.
English articles.
Okay.
So there are quite a few of them there already. Yeah, and I'm also preparing new videos, and so that's it. And of course, on my page, you also will find more information about the one-on-one program that is called the Cycle Success Method. Yeah, and I'll be
Mhm.
really, happy to help you because it's so important. Every woman should know about this, and imagine how much your life can change because you won't be having any longer those I'm feeling so, but I have to do it, I have to do it. Oh no, yeah, you'll be just happy the whole month. And I can even show you how efficient and productive you can be when you are menstruating, because we have special superpower that is called the Goddess Kali principle. And when we utilize it, we are just extremely productive, even though we are bleeding. Yeah.
Oh
So
gosh, I like that. That should be a quote. We are extremely productive even when we are bleeding.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
I love it so much.
Yeah. I
Oh
always
gosh.
say that our period is our best business ally.
Yes, yes. I love this so much. Dana, it's always a joy to connect with you. Before I let you go, do you have any last words from our audience?
Well, yes, I think one thing is what I already told you. Get yourself the rest you need,
Yes.
especially during your menstrual time. And the second one is speak about it, because
Mm,
menstruation and the cycle and the hormones are with us every single day. Yeah,
mm,
we just have the shifts every single day, and they're influencing everything in our lives. And people around us need to know about that. And when you, as a woman, speak to another woman about it, I saw it so many times. Oh,
mm.
I'm so relieved that I can speak about it too, that I can feel tired, that it is okay to feel tired and it is okay to get the rest. Yeah. And when I spoke with men about it, they were so happy. I remember once I was talking to a lawyer and I was trying to rent a flat and he was asking if I, was the right client. So what do you do for a living? It's like, oh, fuck you. I'm teaching women about menstruation, I said. Yeah. And he changed and he said, oh, please, can you tell me more? Because I have a wife and 3 daughters and I need to know more. So yeah. So anyone you can talk about it
Mm,
to, they most of them will be really happy because they will understand themselves or the other sex more. Yeah. So don't
yes,
be afraid. Just come out as a cyclic woman.
I love that so much. This is so good. This is so good because I feel like men see us women as an enigma, something they don't understand, right? So when they have an opportunity to have a glimpse into the life of a woman and what we go through, I'm sure men would jump at that chance. So thank you so much, Dana. It's been a joy having you on the podcast. And listeners, I'm going to add all of the links in the show notes so you can connect with Dana and get all the help you need. Thank you so much, Dana.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.